Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. So if you're thinking about selling in Jersey City right now, this is where people lose money without even realizing it. And the frustrating part is they don't even know it's happening. I'm not kidding. I'm seeing it all the time. I'm Jill Biggs with the Jill Biggs Group, and today we're going to talk about what not to do. Because if you own a luxury home or a condo in Jersey City, and you're even thinking about selling, this will save you a lot of money and honestly, a lot of unnecessary stress. These are the 5 biggest mistakes that luxury sellers are making right now in Jersey City and how you should avoid them. And if you avoid even 2 of these, you're already ahead of most of your competition. Let's start with the first one. Treating your luxury home like an average listing. This one happens more than you'd think, and it's usually not intentional, but it costs people real money. Luxury is not just a higher price point, it's a completely different product. It's a different buyer. It's different expectations, different standards. At this level, buyers expect a certain experience from the moment they see your listing to the moment they walk in. And here's what I see all the time. Someone lists a $1.5 to $3 million property. It's marketed like a $700,000 condo, same photos, same generic description, same approach. Buyers feel it immediately. Luxury looks luxury. They don't analyze it. It's kind of subliminal. They don't explain it. They just don't necessarily come and see it. And once that happens, you don't get back to them. They didn't reach out. What should you actually be doing? Pricing based on real luxury comps. That doesn't necessarily mean what sold a couple of years ago, right? You want to know what's my competition. You want to know what's currently under contract and how did that trade, right? And then you want to go the extra step. You want your home to look luxury, and that means that best foot forward, right? Everybody lives the way they live. We're not all living in a sterile, beautifully staged house with no stuff. A lot of us, right? We have kids, we have pets, we have life. And so staging goes a long way, right? Your staging needs to match the price point of your home. High-end photography and video makes a huge difference, right? Beautiful pictures, not with an iPhone taken sideways, not blurry, not where you have a huge transformer box and tons of wires outside the window, not where your windows aren't cleaned, not where everything doesn't look fresh, right? You got to work with someone also who understands the Jersey City luxury buyer. Because when it's done right, the same home can feel completely different. And that difference shows up in your final number. So let's talk about mistake number 2. Overpricing based on one sale that you heard about, right? Happens constantly. I don't know if everybody but me knows the word fugazi, right? Every once in a while, we have a fugazi. Something sold in your building at some crazy number, right? We call this a fugazi. And I don't know, fugazi, fake. It's like every once in a while, somebody comes in and it's priced and it sells, and maybe it had this amazing bidding war. Maybe that one day the interest rate dropped down, that person had lost 5 bidding wars, or they brought a realtor that perhaps was not from this market. You know how our bidding wars trade, and they made this crazy number and the seller got lucky, right? That happens. So you have to know the full story. You have to know what was behind that. Or was there a crazy renovation? Did it have an extra $250,000 of upgrades that were put into it? Was it looking dead smack at New York City, but your house is looking at the parking garage, right? So things factor into what a home ends up selling for, and you really have to know the details. Sometimes you see something, right, that gets a great number, right? And then you see something else that got a terrible number. It could be the difference of the homeowner lived there and everything looked perfect and they were perfectly staged. And the other unit had a tenant. Maybe it was a tenant who didn't actually feel like moving and didn't clean up before the pictures. or didn't make everything look the way that it should, right? So not guessing, having a strategy, knowing the details, right? And you don't want to have a guess. You don't want to overprice. That sends a message. We're unrealistic. We're not serious. Buyers pick up on that quickly. And it leads to fewer showings, more days on the market, which makes people wonder what's happening, right? And lower offers when you start adjusting and chasing the market down. So I have seen this play out over and over again. Property comes out strong, right? But it's overpriced. If you put yourself out on it at an unrealistic number, right? You're getting less eyeballs. You're getting people that perhaps can't afford that number. You're getting people that don't see your property because you should have been on, right? At 1.5 instead of 1.525, right? Because that's a ceiling, right? And if you go and you're working with a realtor and you say, I don't want to spend more than 1.5, they're not even seeing it. So what is the best move, right? You got to price it realistically. You have to look at real comps, have an honest pricing conversation, and have a strategy. It's not ego. Underestimating staging and photography, right? Pictures sell property. And I am the first person, right, who can tell you, when you go on and you look on the internet at something that has no pictures, what do you think? Something's wrong with that house, right? We all think if there's no pictures, there must be something really wrong, right? So buyers are scrolling fast. You have seconds if your listing doesn't hit them, right? And then you're done. So staging, making everything look the best that you can. I cannot tell you how much I hate staging. I hate it. It is the most horrible thing that we do. We don't do it because we love it. We do it because it gets our properties more views, more appointments, and ultimately more money. So you have to highlight your best features, right? You want to look through your pictures. You want to make it look the best that it can so that the buyers look through, they see the lifestyle, everything looks beautiful, right? Your photos, your video, it's your first impression. It's what brings more people through your home. Listing a home is telling a story, right? You're trying to show this lifestyle that the buyer wants. First impressions matter, right? And your sellers, or if you're a seller, as a seller, you're thinking, people have vision, right? Because you already feel the way that you feel about your home. You know how it can look at its best. You're not necessarily noticing. None of us notice how we live until somebody comes in. And it doesn't mean it has to be a horrible, invasive experience. But FYI, if you moved from one house to another, right? And your furniture was the wrong scale, and your living room looks tiny, right? Maybe the couch needs to be swapped out so it's smaller and more appropriate and the room looks bigger. Or if you don't have any dining room, because we know in real life that we eat at our coffee table in front of the TV with our feet up, right? We don't want to have feedback that you can't fit a dining room, so maybe we need to put a little dining room in. But that is what makes you have more people through, because you have to tick the boxes off on what the buyer is actually looking for. So you don't want the buyers to scroll past you. You don't even realize that you lost them. Mistake number 4, ignoring the easy repairs and the cosmetic updates. This is death by 1,000 cuts. Do you ever hear that? Right? Nothing is major, but everything adds up. Let me tell you, when you're selling your home, change your AC filter. Come on. You're sitting in the bathroom, look up at the fan, right? None of us do that, right? But if the buyer comes in and they see the fan, or they see fuzz on the AC return, or they open the laundry room closet and they look down at the floor and there's like a whole bunch of dust bunnies. Those are tiny little things, but if you do them the right way, people will feel you took care of the home. And it registers, right? All of that registers, right? And it's important. If you're gonna show that you have a fabulous walk-in closet, right? Before you put that out there in a photo, go through, remove all of the extra superfluous items. Put things in color order. Put your handbags, your best shoes. Make it look like a closet that a buyer wants, right? Everybody loves a good closet. Paint. I don't care what anyone says. It's fabulous because I am the woman who paints my house chartreuse green. And I'm always like, my home is so beautiful that everyone's gonna love this. And my team comes and they say, yeah, nobody wants that color, right? So you have to neutralize, right? We're neutralizing. The idea is we want to appeal to the masses. We want everybody to love your home and to imagine themselves living in it. So we don't have to redo everything. This isn't like we're doing a gut reno on your home. And I'm going to say a terrible thing right now. We call it lipstick on the pig. You'd have no idea how many times you go to a kitchen and you can go through, adjust the cabinet doors so they're not off kilter, do all those things when you open a cabinet because they're buying your home. They're going to open your cabinet. If you open the cabinet and the dishes fall out and hit you in the head, doesn't look like you have a lot of space, right? So little things matter. And, and that's why, right? When we come over there, we give you a list. It's the you do, we do. You can tell us you can't do anything because some people don't have the time, don't feel like doing it. It's too overwhelming. It's okay, right? There's somebody who's able to do everything because that is how you end up appealing to the most buyers and ending up with the highest price. Mistake number 5, right? Which if I didn't say it before, choosing the wrong agent, right? Or doing it yourself. Let me tell you, it's, as I said, when I never sell my own home. I did it once. It was a terrible experience. I have dogs, and I can remember having to get every child I had, there's also 4 of them, and all of their animals and all of their superfluous items and their skis and their skateboards and all their crap and hiding them and making them go away. And honestly, I ended up doing so much more than I would have had to do. At this point now, I hire a professional in my team and they come through and they tell me what has to happen in order to get the most money. And you know what? Mentally, I usually can't do it myself. They come through and they help me to do it. But most agents, or let me not say most, right? Many agents will come through and they will not tell you the honest truth. They will say, everybody loves the purple wall in the living room, or whatever it is that is your thing. It's okay to live that way. But remember, we're neutralizing. We're making things look like a magazine so that you have more traffic, more eyeballs, more offers, top dollar. Ask, what's the marketing plan, right? Whoever you end up working with, right? We have to ask you, why did you buy this home? What did you love about it? What were the features that most mattered to you? What are the things that you did? What are the age of all of these things? What are the names of appliances that are going to help you? And if not, that we're not calling attention to. If there's something in there, all of that matters in that storytelling, which is how you get people to come and look at your home. And it's really, really important. Not everybody does it. But as a long-term veteran realtor, I will tell you, you got one shot. For most people, it's their biggest asset, right? And you want it done the right way. And the right way means the devil is in the details, right? Everything should be addressed that can be addressed, right? As I started this, I don't mean you have to gut renovate it, but I can show you stories. My team can show you stories of before and after, of instances where we have done a little bit of zhuzhing, a little run through, and fixed things. And people have gotten like 25, 30% more than they would have gotten had they done none of these things. And it's a lot of money. And most of us need, right, that money, right? So make sure that you hire an agent that is asking all of these questions and is helping you through whatever has to happen. And if you need help doing it, they're helping you to orchestrate whatever has to happen, because that really makes a huge, huge difference. So if you're considering selling, you got to be smart, slow down, get strategic. You want to avoid these mistakes, right? Nobody wants to have a suffering, long, drawn out experience. Instead, you want to do things the right way, which gets you, right, the most money, the easiest process, right? And starting with clarity, knowing what your home is worth, knowing what's going to help you, know what's going to hurt you, building a plan from there, right? Reach out. We'll come by, we'll walk through the home, we'll break it down, we'll give you a real strategy, not a guesswork, no fluff, just the real information that you can use, right? If you feel like you need real estate explained to you, like so you can understand it, you hit subscribe, like this video, tell me which one of these mistakes do you see the most? I'm Jill Biggs, and I will see you in the next video.